The CBC's Paul Hunter is with the crowd. And Paul, I can see people behind you there, but I think organizers were predicting up to 10,000. What's it like right now?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's 10,000 or tens of thousands as some had expected, but it is a very hot day in Chicago, and regardless of the size, it is a very loud and determined crowd, determined to have their message heard by the NATO leaders who are, I don't know, I'm going to say about a kilometer down the other end of the park. Terry Milewski and NATO leaders are meeting at the other end. This is the park, by the way, where Barack Obama had his big event on November 4th, 2008, election night. This is that place. But indeed, the people here have a very different message that they hope Barack Obama and Stephen Harper and the other NATO leaders here, which is to sort of end the militarization of Afghanistan now. You know, at the same time, there is an incredible security force around us. It's not present here, and to be fair, it's been absolutely peaceful. There hasn't been a hint of anything. Mind you, there's to be a march toward the NATO meeting a little later on, but so far so good as police keep a watch on the growing and loud crowd.
Well, Paul, I understand you've been out in that growing and large crowd. What are people telling you there?
Yeah, well, you know, there are a variety of issues that people have concerns about, but by and large, it is all on the same topic as the NATO leaders are meeting about, and that is Afghanistan. And as I was saying, it's end the militarization of Afghanistan now. We were speaking with some people who've come down from Toronto a little earlier today. We've also got somebody who's down from Vancouver, an American who's been living in Vancouver for a while and who's with the group Mobilization Against War and Occupation, Alison Bodine. Alison, you were up on stage speaking a little bit earlier. Why don't you get a little closer to me? Give us a brief synopsis of your message to the NATO leaders who are just down the other end of the park as we speak.
Our message here today is that we are a people of peace. We are people that are against more wars, more money, taxpayers' dollars being spent on bombs for Libya, on the continued occupation of Afghanistan, that we are a people united against NATO is the same way that NATO is uniting for wars and for more occupations around the world. We are standing against that and saying no troops out of Afghanistan, no bombing of Libya, no attacks on Syria and Iran.
NATO would say we're getting out of Afghanistan by 2014. Is that not fast enough?
We've heard this time and time again from the government of Canada as well as NATO. We've heard, oh, we're leaving 2009, 2011, and now it's 2014. That's not enough. Immediately is the only demand, is the only thing that we will accept, because Afghanistan's now the worst country in the world for women to live in, and Canada needs to leave Afghanistan immediately.
And just quickly, as is always the case with events like this, a lot of the concern is that it will become not as peaceful as it is now. There's a march toward the NATO meeting a little later on. What is your expectation of how that will play out?
My expectation is that it will be peaceful. People are here united for one reason, and that is against NATO. It's to show our solidarity and our unity. We are here in strength, but we are here in peace.
All right, thanks, Alison.
Thank you.
And Christine, that is effectively the message we've heard from everybody we've talked about. End the militarization of Afghanistan now. They've said it over and over, and they will say that on the march down toward where the NATO leaders are meeting later this afternoon.